Okay, tell the story about how you found out and how your wife kept it a surprise that you got into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, makes me a little nervous how good my wife was at keeping a surprise from me, because I was sure that the announcement, whether you made it or not, was going to come close to the Super Bowl, because they weren't going to tell us weeks in advance. Because, of course, in today's social media world, you'd think it would leak. But sure enough, 2 weeks before NFL honors, there's a knock at my door. But we're all hanging out in the kitchen, and it's right after school. And so I hear a knock, and I think that it's maybe just the neighbor kids coming over to play with my kids, which happens all the time. And so my kids, they bust around the corner. They go to the front door thinking that their friends are going to be there. And they see Walter Jones in a big gold jacket taking up both door frames. And I'm still sitting in the kitchen with my wife, and I hear the kids like running back from the front door into the kitchen. Dad, there's a guy with a coat at the door. And then all of a sudden, my son, he's like jumping 4 feet in the air like a Mexican jumping bean. He goes, Dad, we made it. Dad, we made it. And it took me a second, because I was just so caught off guard in that moment. I was not expecting any announcement for at least another week. And so it took me a second. But then once I realized what happened, it was so awesome that, first of all, my idol, Walter Jones, the guy I kind of emulated my own game after, was the guy that was at the door doing the knock. But for him to basically deliver the news to my son, and then to be my son be the one that delivers to me, allows us to all share in that memory in that moment. And I think that just made it as special as it possibly could have been.
Okay, are you leaving out a slight detail of what you were wearing or not wearing?
Yeah, there were some details before the knock happened, because my wife told me we were going to go out to dinner with the neighbors Friday night. Makes sense. And so I was just in my underwear, just around the house. But she knew at 4:00 the knock was going to happen. And so she's like, why don't you go upstairs and get ready? I'm like, well, we don't have to leave for dinner for like 30 minutes. It takes a man like 5 seconds to get ready. Like I can wait until another 20 or 30 minutes. She's like, just go upstairs and put your pants on. I'm like, geez, lady, back off. And so I'm like, all right, fine. But, like any good husband, I figured I should probably go listen. So I went upstairs, and I did put pants on, at least for the official knock at the door.
Okay, why are you in your underwear all day?
I mean, that's what you do when you're retired from the NFL, right? Why would you put clothes on if you don't have to?
I like that she's trying to get you to put your pants on, because she knows there's going to be a knock at the door, and you're going to be there in your underwear, where Walter Jones is there to tell you you're going in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that would have been very embarrassing for me had anybody seen me in my underwear.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.